Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Concord Impresario Calendar Chronograph. You can see this 38mm El Primero powered triple calendar chronometer chronograph and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this stylish and wonderfully built Concord Impresario Calendar Chronograph. Now I say wonderfully built because this watch actually has the styling panache to match the mechanical virtuosity of the El Primero caliber. So many Zenith watches have been thoughtfully designed and sober, but not sensational. Here you have a watch that is sensational with spectacular teardrop lugs, coined case flank, and a hybrid ridged and stepped bracelet with individual coined intermediate links to echo the striations of the case flank, and a dial to match with gorgeous alpha hands pinched at center and contrasting blue sub-register chronograph seconds and applied hours. This is a sensational watch, but it's not overwrought because the timepiece was thoughtfully and elaborately styled, but cast in a moderate and traditional size of 38mm across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown or chronograph pushers, 12.3mm thick with a generously rounded domed bezel. It slides easily under a dress cuff, and at 47.5mm from lug to lug with generously downturned lugs, the watch drapes itself around the wrist and easily fits a smaller forearm like mine. I would say down to 14.5 centimeters in circumference, your wrist is going to wear this watch with security and style. Now, the watch feels as good as it looks. Comfortable, it's also substantial. The bracelet is impressively built, heavy in the hand, and you can see on the underside, broad channels to avoid pinching skin or pulling hair, a smooth satin finish, and many aeration gaps between the bracelet to allow the wrist to breathe on a hot day. Of course, it feels substantial too. The tolerances are sensational, and there's very little play in the bracelet itself, with a nicely finished, full-polished, double-folding clasp for security on the wrist and, when closed, a low profile to avoid desk diving. Now, the case and the dial are intricately detailed, but not overwrought. Again, doing this in a traditional size like 38mm means it can be sensational without being silly. So it doesn't overstep. Traditional proportions frame a beautiful dial with concentric steps. There is the seconds track, seconds and minutes outboard, inboard an hour track that is metallic brushed with concentric circular brushing and applied and faceted indices. You can also see the sub-registers themselves etched into the dial countersunk with the Concord and chronometer signatures on a raised plinth just beneath the Concord marquee at 12 o'clock. Of course, you have stepped apertures for the day, the month, the date, and it is a chronometer, so you have the refinement of an El Primero high-beat column wheel chronograph. Let's start that up for your viewing pleasure. You can see the preternatural sweep of the 10 beat per second El Primero combined to the 8, or combined to, well, let's say the 8, 6, and 5 beat per second rivals out in the market. Now, of course, it features chronograph hours, minutes, and seconds, so it is a full-service triple-register chronograph. Automatic winding. The El Primero, in this case, is the rarely seen chronometer-grade caliber 411 with 31 joules. You can see it's a beautiful automatic movement. That's not universal in the world of automatic chronographs, but it's a medley of colors: silver rhodium, blue cobalt screws used for adjusting the mechanism, silver polished screws used for assembly, golden wheels, and violet pivot jewels. You can see the column wheel in action and enjoy watching the engagement of the lateral clutch as it moves in and out as it's indexed by the column wheel itself. It's crisp to actuate thanks to that column wheel. You can hear and you can feel the stepping of the column wheel as you start, stop, and reset this chronograph. Now, despite the high beat, 10 beat per second, 36,000 vibration per hour escapement that is the hallmark of the El Primero, the watch has a superb 52-hour power reserve, meaning that it manages to achieve exceptional power reserve far beyond the standard 38 to 42 industry-wide, despite having an energy-intensive high-rate escapement. You get all of this for under $2,500, effectively you get what even Rolex didn't have, which is the chronometer grade El Primero with the triple calendar, with the high beat. The Rolex was a simple chronograph with a lower beat rate, 8 per second, compared to the El Primero's Hot Rod 10. This is a full-featured Zenith El Primero in a gorgeous case that's totally stealth and incredibly priced. With chronometer certification, it has accuracy and pedigree, although with 3 ATM water resistance, this is one to keep high and dry. You can see and you can purchase this gorgeous Concord Impresario Calendar Chronograph powered by the Zenith El Primero caliber 411 on our website.